this one. This right here, man, we just actually seen this a few minutes ago. And as we're recording this, Funkmaster Flex is about to go live on hot97.com to once again address Dame Dash, the Lyor Cohen, and Rocafella situation. Well, Funkmaster Flex posted a picture of Dame Dash and Lyor Cohen, on his IG. And here's what it says. He says, Dame Dash built an amazing brand in rock with Biggs and Jay.
Anybody today, ex-Rockefeller people, I guess, Dame Dash fans, which is nothing wrong with that, in the comments, attacking Lyor. And, I've often seen, I'd rather know music, bro. You could turn that off. That dude of James is giving me a headache. And turn my headphones up a little bit. Okay, so on top, I look at the comments, and normally, New York, I like to roust the bouse in the comments. So I said, you know what? I'm going to leave it. I said, in the beginning of my mind, I'm going to leave it alone. Then I got in there. And then I saw people adding Dame Dash, Dusty Pop, and they kept using the word culture vulture. And the word culture vulture, New York, it really bothers me. It bothers me when people take that phrase and attach it to something and with no merit. And I'm going to tell you that I swear is the truth. Watch 40 and 50-year-old men that I know I saw. You see, what they didn't account for is I am relevant in 2018 and my eyes, and I saw it. And I know Jay-Z's not on the gram and Lyor's not on the gram. That's why people lie so much. Rockefeller didn't want to be on Def Jam in the beginning. They offered them a bag to promote Ain't No. They offered them a bunch of cash asking, could you promote the record? Meaning they know they wasn't good enough to be on Def Jam, but could you promote it? And they went to Kevin Lyles. Now, I want to explain these people that these people call culture vultures, because I want to bring it in modern terms for you youngins. Kev Lyles was where? Atlantic Records. So what's that? That's Trey Songz. That's T.I. What else is over? Bruno Mars. What else? Cardi's over there. And
300 the label.
Wait, no, but not I'm going to skip it. But Lyor rejuvenated Atlantic Records.
Correct.
So that's
T.I.
Mike Kaiser, right?
Yep.
I'm giving you some names. So that's Lyor. So then Lyor now and Kev, what do they go on to do? 300 Entertainment, which is Fetty, which is who else? Rich the Kid.
Young
Who
Thug.
else?
Young
Thug. Who else? So I want to give you something for you youngins to understand all the names we rattling off. Right? That's like 3 different labels. Def Jam consisted of all these guys at one label. Lyor, Kevin Lyles. Who am I missing? Mike Kaiser, who's presently at Atlantic. Julie Greenwald, right? Yeah. All these vultures, right? They were at one label, right? This one label had LL, Redman. Who else they had over there? Method Man. What else? Montel Jordan. What else? Slick Rick. I'm just going through the here. Now, I want to ask you something, New York. Remember, this time period I'm talking about, Rockefeller's on freeze / sleeping bag / robbery records. Right?
Yeah.
They're on a garbage label.
Yep.
Garbage. They go into that label asking if they can drop a bag to get their record promoted. Mr. Kevin Lyles, Mr. Lyor, and Mr. Mike Kaiser come up with a better idea. We got this Nutty Professor soundtrack. Why don't we put your song on there? Why don't we help you shoot a good video? Why don't we fix your life? Dame, you remember that, bro? You remember that, bro? Because New York, I'm going to tell you something. Because that record was so hot, and because of all the effort that Jay and Dame and Biggs put in, I was watching because I was like, man, if they really get this together, this is going to be something. Something else going to start. So everybody was asking labels questions. Where they going to end up? Who's going to pick it up? How they going to get off a freeze? So with a soundtrack, New York, comes a budget. They were already successful. They didn't need Rocafella. But they saw something that was golden in them that a lot of other people didn't see, including me. A lot of people didn't see. Saw something golden. Now, here comes the project. Well, not even the project. The album doesn't happen. The single happens, right?
Correct.
Single's out. All right? They're still, and that's still on freeze, but they're working and promoting it, making it look like a Def Jam project.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Lyor Cohen, that's what he did for them, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The culture vulture. I want to know where in there was there a culture vulture situation. Because I'm going to tell you about that word culture vulture, New York. A culture vulture can only succeed if a sellout wants to sell it. A culture vulture cannot take anything from anybody unless there's a greasy, sleazy person representing the culture and he can be bought. A culture vulture can't operate on his own. He needs a sleazy culture representative. So I'm breaking this down clean tonight. Now, here we are. They're at Def Jam. And you know why they had to be at Def Jam? Because Bad Boy Records was turning their motherfucking lights off. Let me tell you something, New York. If Rocafella didn't sign with Def Jam, Jay-Z would have been Mike Geronimo. You hear me? He would have been a respected lyricist that slipped to the bottom of the toilet because he was in a bad label situation. Because those guys who use the word culture vulture, they cut that freeze nasty sleeping bag nasty priority deal. They lucky Def Jam got them out of the toilet. But you know what, New York? This is what it is. You want to know what it is? It's always easy to take the Jewish guy, the guy who's successful in 2018 still. It's easy to point at that guy. It's easy to make him the bad. I don't know Lyor in New York. I don't know him. You know what I know? I was on the streets on this radio when they was trying to get their game going. I can speak from that.
What do you think about Funkmaster Flex coming out saying that Dame Dash is a pretty much liar? He shouldn't be going at Lyor Cohen. Lawyer did a lot for him. What's your thoughts on that one, Sam, man?
I love Funkmaster Flex. But dare I say it, here comes another failed attempt from Hot 97 to make something relevant. Man, I got to go back in on my team over there in New York, Hot 97, and here's why. We all seen Lyor Cohen, Funk Flex, the crew over there at the YouTube Awards a couple days ago. They were all hugged up. They were buddy-buddy. Cool DJ Red Alert, another legend out there in the DJ game. Everybody's cool. Everybody's hugged up doing their thing. This kind of reminds me of, or I'm getting the sense that Lyor put his arm around Funk Flex and asked him to do him a favor. I asked him to do his boy Lyor a favor and come out and speak against the hypocrisy that is Dame Dash. Because what if Dame Dash said about Lyor recently? That book came out, what, a year ago?
About, yep.
So where's this energy coming from now?
Right.
He didn't say anything about him. And I didn't hear Funkmaster Flex acknowledge the fact of the 360 deal and how it's terrible for artists. I didn't hear about the fact that when brought up and asked the question of being a culture vulture from Lyor, he basically went out and admitted it and said it is what it is. So are you saying right now, Flex, and that's no disrespect, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Is that what you're saying? Of course Dame Dash made money with Lyor. He would admit that. Of course they fucking did. But it came a point where when you got people trying to make more, or go ahead and do this or do that, or when they see something fail, they supposed to just sit back and be quiet and like just not bite the hand that feeds them.
But what do you expect though, Sam, man? Like you said, these guys, and no disrespect to them, they're under another man's company. Hot 97 is not Flex's. He may have a little bit of stock, but at the end of the day, he can't go to the bank and make moves on behalf of Hot 97. They cut him a check. Dame Dash was talking about something bigger than, all these people, are talking about. And then we see now, and we were just talking in the car about this, that when you look at people getting fired for saying different things off different networks like CNN and all these different things, you don't have that level of freedom that you think you have. It's only you got to be inside the parameters of what the company wants. Once you get outside of those, parameters, then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they made money together, and all that, like you said, but he's pretty much making it seem like that they was going to die and that Def Jam, was the lifeblood of that company. I have to disagree.
You got to disagree.
I have to disagree because the product is Rocafella. The product is put out there. I mean, I don't know the dynamics like that or how that went crazy like that. It'd be nice to hear from, Dame on this. I'm sure he would definitely be responding real soon, but this is crazy, man. I don't know.
Did Lyor slide flex a couple dollars? Tell him to do this on the strength, man.
I don't know. Maybe he just, sees something that we don't. Maybe, it's a video that's out there, from years back where Funk Flex went in on Dame Dash.
He's saying something we don't. A check.
So you think that Lyor Cohen actually paid him to or just said something and maybe, I don't know.
They were at the YouTube Awards together less than 48 hours ago.
Uh-oh.
They sitting buddy. We all know Flex, and Lyor can't get it out the way Flex is going to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't to the streets the way he is. The second he say something, he's a vulture. So if you get somebody on your side and he don't got many, but maybe he's a caveman over at Hot 97, then yeah, maybe I can get people on my side.